In a world with way too many podcasts comes Japtalion and this guy, the podcast to end all podcasts. With some pieced together recording equipment, a couple loosely informed topics, and a coin, these three friends set out to forever change the next hour of your life.
Japtalion and this guy is solely for entertainment purposes. Joseph, Eric, and Morgan are not professional researchers, investigators, or gynecologists. Not suitable for children.
Hey everybody, welcome to Japtalion and this guy. I'm Eric.
I'm Joseph.
And I'm Morgan.
And we're here doing it again.
Doing it again.
Kicking out the hits. For those of you that maybe this is your first show, maybe you've never listened to a podcast before, what do we do, guys? When you guys want to give them the quick rundown of this insaneness that we participated in weekly?
We fucking offend people.
We communicate with each other and just kind of talk about what's been going on lately in our individual lives, kind of catch up in just a normal way that friends would. And one of us has researched a topic, and through whatever sort of events, we decide who displays their topic, and we go over it while the other two harass them.
Thanks, Joseph.
Was that good?
Yeah. It was very, very honest. we kind of flip a coin, but then sometimes we don't.
And we don't always harass. Sometimes we're very polite and listen because it's interesting.
Yeah, but we show our love for each other as friends by harassing each other usually.
Okay, you don't have to make it weird.
That's in there somewhere.
That's right.
All right. So, and you guys have an interesting week. Who wants to kick this off? Morgan, you mentioned you had a lackluster weekend.
Yeah, the weekend. Yeah. So I've been doing this thing where I'll have all of my kids one weekend, and then I'll have the next weekend I'll have one kid. This weekend I had my middle son, and this kid is like he loves going to the Soda City marketplace on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
You know, where they shut down Main Street and a bunch of vendors set up booths and tents and, you know, food trucks and all that shit. So my middle son loves going. He's the only one of the three that love going to that thing because he likes to get the little mini red velvet donuts from the donut guy, and then it's
sounds delicious.
It's like a pile of red velvet donuts. He eats two of them, and then we throw the rest in the trash.
Oh, man.
Yeah, well, it's $8.
That's a good place to be homeless.
Fucking kid.
Dumpster donuts are great.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
But so we're on our way. I fill up the car with gas, and we're on our way. And the motherfucking car, just the check engine light starts flashing, and it's like down to 25 miles an hour. And I can't go faster than that. Can't excel.
Oh, man.
I'm like, shit, Landon, I think we got to, figure out something else. We got to get this thing back to the house. So I turn it around, and I'm like, nah, we're not going to make it back to the house. I'm going up Garner's Ferry towards Target, headed that direction. And there's this hill right before Target, and it's like getting slower and slower. And then I have to put it in manual transmission and downshift, manually and stuff. And then it stops knocking, and I get it up to the fucking parking lot at Target, and it's still sitting there now. That was yesterday morning. I went by and checked it today. I hooked up the scanner to it, and the motherfucker, it says the knock sensor, detected knocking.
Was that your ears?
So what it does when the knock sensor detects knocking, it puts the car in limp home mode. That's what it's called. Limp home mode.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that it won't go above a certain speed, and the RPMs don't get above 2,000. It's to prevent further damage, if one of the rocker arms or whatever is worn. So I'm going to have it towed. I got roadside assistance. I'll have it towed tomorrow. But I swear to God, that shit has been fucking with me ever since the minute it started fucking up. I was like, that's it. You know, this fucking car is a piece of shit. I'm fucking throwing it in the fucking trash. I just wasted fucking money on this car. You know, because I've only had it since October. You know,
Wow.
and God knows what today is because we don't say the date.
It
but
could be October.
It could be the next October. It might be yesterday that I got it. But it fucking, you know, I feel like I threw money away on it. I should have sold it whenever it was in my head to sell it.
That sucks, brah.
Yeah, I've been depressed about it all weekend. I'll get over it, though. At least I have the money to have it fixed. Thank God. Right?
It's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, that's the positive.
Yeah.
Still burns, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to sell it when it's fixed.
Yeah.
You need a car?
No, not like that. Not that
You
kind of
sure?
car.
You sure? It's going to be fixed.
I don't want a car that's a problem.
I don't either.
I got enough problems.
That is exactly... I stopped...
Also, I want a stick shift.
It's got manual transmission mode. You move the gear shifter over and you use the steering wheel paddles.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like in a
Race car.
race car?
Yeah. Or sports car. It is a sports car.
Okay. Yeah,
What kind of car is it?
It's a Sonata.
it's a Lamborghini.
Sonata's not a sports car.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on. Give that to me, would you?
It's not a sports
Fucking-
car, dude.
Paul Rudd.
I
over
bet
here.
they make a
Not
version
Paul
of the
Rudd,
Sonata
Paul.
that's all tricked out, though.
What's the guy's name?
Paul Walker.
Yeah, Paul Walker.
Paul Newman.
Slap at the bass. That's Paul Rudd.
Yeah. Anyways, it does suck, though. It sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, like I was happy that doctors existed to take care of my toe, but that didn't mean I liked somebody slicing into my toe with a knife.
Oh, shit. Your toe.
You know?
Sounds
You got
like
an
a tow
update about
report.
your
No,
toe?
it was just a flashback.
But do you have an update?
Tow report.
You know what?
How is the
No,
toe
I don't.
doing?
I haven't even been paying attention to it. That's how well it's been doing.
Is that the tow report?
That was the worst toe report
Yeah.
ever.
That's the toe report.
Yeah.
Are we done with the toe report now?
I think so. So I'd mentioned, I'll go ahead. God damn
Thank
it.
you.
Just
Let's track
make
your
something
toe.
up about your toe. Fucking God, this show must go on.
Yes, we're tracking Eric's toe.
So I'd mentioned my left toe. Initially, it was the right toe, but then I mentioned my left toe. I think last week or some, I don't know, on
Right.
some show.
Yeah, yeah.
That it was getting kind of sore and stuff. That went away, but I found out my left toe identifies as a female now, so I want to honor it for Women's History Month and just say how proud I am of that toe.
It's really overcome some obstacles.
Some challenges.
Yeah. Yeesh. Studio is getting it firebombed.
It's a joke. We're gonna token out the gender. Come on, it's ridiculous.
You're getting fucking drawn and quartered. You're out there like, it was a joke.
It's a fucking toe. Oh. Yeah, like I saw. Yeah, we're not supposed to do the hot topic thing, but people are getting upset about fucking Mr. Potato Head not being a Mr. Potato Head anymore.
What?
They're
Because it's a mister.
They're degendering the potato.
It was
it's a
degendered.
fucking toy potato. It doesn't.
It's only the gender you say it is anyway.
Yeah. The only difference is, I think, is now it'll have, you can put whatever you want to plug in whatever hole.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like Pornhub now. You just, whatever you want to stick in a hole, that's cool, as long as it's not an animal.
God.
I don't know. My jokes are not great today.
We need to get Annie in here to grade that joke.
My wife has been, when we were on vacation, she told me she was going to start grading my jokes like the old school A through F. And the other day I said a joke and she was like, "You got kicked out of school."
Yeah.
No longer. She expelled me.
No more jokes for you.
Horrible jokes. The worst.
Spelled me?
I'm going to be telling
Yeah.
jokes in the alley with the juvenile delinquents.
I said,
Rolling dice.
Yeah.
really? You expelled me? Come on, it's a joke. She goes, you're a joke. I was like, wow. Ow. Hurtful, Annie. Or, yeah, I can say her name. Everybody knows who she is.
It's only been like 15 episodes now.
Yeah. We've only been married for 15 years. I don't know why I paused on her name.
This time. This one time.
Yeah, this one time. I think it's because every time I bring her name up, Morgan starts reading off her social security number and shit. He's like, Morgan, you've like dropped her last name and her place of
work.
Place of work. Nice.
Sorry, Annie.
Sorry. So JoJo, do you have like a genital grooming report?
No, not a lot's been going on for me.
Oh, did you have a date? I know you mentioned you might go see somebody this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
This weekend?
No,
Yeah. Didn't have a date.
that fell through. She can do better.
Okay. All right.
Whoa. You putting yourself down, buddy?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying she could do better.
Oh, she could like show like
Oh, no, I'm not saying she as a person could do better. Well, maybe she can. We can all do better a little bit. But I mean, she could find a better fit than me.
Oh, you're just not a good
just
fit.
not a good fit.
Yeah, I'm so like spiritually levitated over everybody
Whoa.
that I know when other people are
Okay.
good matches and not. And so I do the favor of
Do we have a horse shit
letting them
sting?
go.
Horse shit.
I do them the favor of setting them free so they can find a better person.
That's so romantic of you.
Yes, it's very noble of me.
Yeah, thoughtful.
God, I'm a fucking douchebag.
You're like a saint.
Speaking
Saint douchebag.
speaking of that saint, that higher level thing, there's somebody. So I got off of Facebook a while ago for just my own health because I get too worried about what other people think about whatever's going on in the world. Mm-hmm. And I do, the stuff I do now is for Japtalion in the Sky.
That's right.
On NBC.
JT and TG.
There's this person I know, I won't say their name, but they do this thing where they claim they're just trying to give information out to better people's lives, but then they always give these like backward insults of you're too dumb to see the truth right in front of your face. Like the information they give is very what I would consider like extreme conspiracy theory stuff. And someone there was like a setup. This person said something and then was like, I like how nobody commented. Wow, I got some great friends. Nobody commented on this thing going on in my life. So someone commented and was like, whatever. Sorry, I didn't realize that was going on, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, he gets on there and after they said, I'm sorry, I didn't realize you had stuff going on in your life. He's like, I don't need your sympathy. He literally posted something about nobody's paying me attention and this bad thing that's going on in my life. And then someone was like, oh, I'm sorry for that. And he's like, I don't need your sympathy. But then he went on this like mansplaining rant about how I know you don't see the truth. I'm not upset at you. You don't see the truth. You can't help that. I'll keep giving you the truth. But whether you'll acknowledge it or not is beyond me. Does that not sound condescending? Or is that just me?
That sort of sounds like something I might say.
Something you might say?
Yeah, I think I said that before Eric got up here to Morgan. I said something like, I'm just trying to wake you guys up because I love you. I can't help it that y'all want to stay asleep.
I think that's the thing that bothers me about the real crazy stuff.
It was a joke.
Yeah, you're joking when you say it, but
Wait.
people get this like, people get this arrogance that, and I do it too. I don't believe I don't.
I've done it. I've done it. I don't think that I do it anymore, but I have definitely done something very similar. I will say I have a brother, and if any of my brothers are listening to this podcast, it's not you, it's the other one. But I have a brother.
It's totally not. It's you. He told us.
I have a brother that definitely like will argue with every single person on his friends list, and give them. I'm holding up quotation signs. Information, and and he's like, well, it's not my fault if you don't want to listen to what I have to say, or it's not my fault if you don't believe me or whatever. You know?
Yeah, when I see things a certain way, I think they're right because most people think they're right about stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm not claiming, really ridiculous stuff like, I'm not going to say it because I don't want to offend people that believe
I knew who you're talking
things,
about.
but
The dude's got like issues, I think.
yeah. Anyways.
And he can't help that.
I just thought it was funny because it comes from this spiritual, I'm trying to help you out, but you're too stupid to get my help.
Yeah.
it's like, hey man, I'm just on another level, bro. I'll see you when you get here, but you're probably not going to because you dumb.
Nice.
Lord.
May God be with you.
Oh man. I think I know who you're talking about because you've mentioned somebody quite a few times. Yeah. I think it's that guy.
Yeah. I got a kick out of it. Yeah. Everyone pay attention to me. Oh, I'm sorry. Here's some attention. I don't need your fucking attention.
That sounds like a member of your family. I think you've told me a similar story about a member of your family.
Yeah, I mean...
It's not Bash Eric's family hour, is it?
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah, no. Maybe. I don't know.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm trying not to...
maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
I try to leave the family stuff alone. It's not changing, right?
That's the you did the Estonian fucking
The weird Estonian
saying
yeah.
thing or whatever.
Supposedly.
What is it? Is it a colloquialism?
Yeah, maybe.
Colloquialism. That's got too many L's in that word.
Yeah, why did
not
they
the way
do
you
that?
said it, the way it's
The way it's
formulated.
actually spelled. Yeah. But is that what that is? Like the things that we say, like I'm fixing to, or that's a Southern American thing. To
Cuter
say.
than a bug's ear.
Yeah. And remember our waitress the other
Never
night.
heard that.
Remember our
That's a
waitress
weird
the other
saying.
night from the Eastern Europe.
You asked her to say something,
Yeah,
Eric.
and she said yes, no, I don't know, or whatever.
Well, yeah, I asked her to give us a thing like a phrase from her language that we wouldn't understand the context. Like you just said, cuter than a bug's ear. If you didn't like grow up in the culture that came from, you're like, what does that mean? But I thought it was funny because what she said was something to the effect of, we have this phrase that means, yeah, no, I don't know, whatever. And I'm like, so y'all are all like
Women.
teenagers?
Oh. Because it's Women's History Month. Oh, God.
I've never been to Estonia. What if Estonia is actually just a country full of like beautiful women?
That'd be great. Let's go. Let's go.
What if everyone acts like a disinterested 17-year-old hipster? Hey, is there a church around here? Yeah, I don't know, whatever.
Yes, no, I don't know. Whatever. Bye.
Where's the bus? Over there, maybe. I don't. Quit asking me questions. I'll talk to you later. Okay.
How about your week, Eric? Or did you already? I mean, you did a tow report ish.
Yeah, it was all right. I had I had a treatment this week, and it was on Friday, and yesterday and today my mood seemed to be a little better. Still having some trouble sleeping at times. I didn't sleep much last night, but I didn't feel like super anxious about it. Dude, I get these weird spikes in anxiety where when I start to go to sleep, and this is pretty common for people that have had like panic attacks and stuff, your mind goes towards death. Of like, like worst case scenarios start coming up. But I'll just start thinking like, what if I fall asleep and don't wake up? Like that's been this common thing. And if that happens, that I'll die. That's what that means.
Isn't that what death is?
Yeah. If I fall asleep, in case y'all are curious, if I fall asleep and don't wake back up,
That's death.
I'm either in a coma or I'm dead. Yeah. But I started like, I'll text Annie, and I don't want to make it weird to tell her I'm thinking about that, but I'll like find reasons to text her and be like, I love you, because I like, it starts bothering me to a point where it almost becomes a reality, and then I can feel my heart beating in my chest and, all the anxiety stuff. But
I'm sorry, you just said, I don't like making it weird, or I don't want to make it weird.
Yeah.
Since when do you not want to make it weird?
Well, not like that. I don't want to be like, hey, I'm sitting here obsessing about if I'm going to die while I'm sleeping. And if I do, I just wanted you to know I love you. I don't want that, because then she's going to be like Morgan,
She's trying to
Morgan
work.
said from that SNL thing, no, you're smoking crack again. What's going on with Eric? Anyways, I don't know. Oh, yeah,
You're a funny guy.
I guess. That's all I got for that. So we're this week, we're not doing a coin flip, right? We're going to finish up Elizabeth Bathory.
Yeah.
Bathory.
Look. I was editing. You guys know this already. I was editing the episode to prepare it for this week release, because we did this thing before Eric went on vacation where we recorded a couple of episodes in one day, right?
Yeah.
So we recorded part 2 and 3 of Elizabeth Bathory in one day. And Elizabeth Bathory 2, you guys have already listened to, and it's the fucking shit, and that it was an amazing episode. We had a lot of fun. And it's so funny because we took like a 10-15 minute break in between episodes, and it was like all the energy was sucked out of all three of us. And there was a lot of talking about the burden of proof and who that's on.
It sounds like Eric and I talking.
To talk about conspiracy theories and stuff. And man, we didn't laugh. It's like we didn't have fun that episode.
Was that the one where I was getting bitchy about the lizard man thing? About Joseph wanting to believe in things that I don't think people should believe in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that episode. So there was like 15 minutes of that. But then still the whole rest of the episode, it's like, I think the biggest laugh any of us had on the episode was like it was like one of those, like somebody said something and someone else was like, so I was like listening to it, wanting to fucking stab my eyeballs.
That wouldn't shut it off. You'd have to stab your ears.
I know. That's how bad it was, though. I wanted to stab my eyeballs. Stabbing my ears would have been too easy. So I texted you guys, and I think the three of us kind of agreed that we need to redo the episode, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Yay.
We'll do that.
Glad I didn't have a shitty weekend. This should be fun.
We going to take a break first before we start on this? Isn't that what we normally do?
We can.
Yeah. Let's take a break. I don't know what we normally do.
Okay.
So, you guys thought there'd be a commercial. Something clever about Eric's crippling depression and suicidal thoughts whilst making jokes about Annie planning his funeral, and how people that come to grips with committing the act of suicide would just want help with the funeral arrangements. But if anyone knew their plan, they'd surely talk them out of it. And now there's some new suicide funeral planning service catered for the severely depressed? Well, not today, folks. No brilliant, witty commercial about leaving behind this cruel world while not leaving behind a financial burden to your loved ones. No, sir. There will be no commercial like that coming from us.
All right, we're back from a break.
Eric, tell us about that thing you were just talking about. Sorry.
It was offensive. Maybe. I don't know. People,
I found it offensive. He's going to do it. He's going to talk about it.
people get offended. No, that's all I'm saying. It's just people get offended by stuff. Yeah.
You're hosting this episode, Eric.
I'm lost on what. Yeah, I'm sorry.
So we were doing Elizabeth Bathory. Bathory. Bathory.
Bathory.
Take 3.
Elizabeth. Can we say her first name wrong? All right. Okay, so I had to go back and listen to the Elizabeth Bathory Part 2 to know where we left off and stuff. Also, that episode's funny as shit. There's a lot of really good stuff in there just between us. At one point, Eric's like, this is the reason it's taking 3 episodes because we can't shut the fuck up or whatever he said. But so we left off on Elizabeth getting arrested. That's where the episode ended, was her cousin / uncle / whatever the fuck relative he was. Probably both. He came in and found her, by some accounts, they said that she was eating a victim, and he, somebody said he was tripping over bodies when he came in, and there was just
Been drinking too much.
Ground was covered in blood. Why? Because he was tripping.
Yeah, he's drinking.
He was drinking, just falling over.
So I'm just supposed to believe this account? What are their sources?
Yeah, there you go. Get him, Eric.
Get 'em.
So they arrested Elizabeth and 4 of her servants, 3 girls and a guy. I don't remember hearing this on the last episode, but they were all. What's funny is their punishments were torture and death.
Yeah, because they're not elite.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's their punishment for torture and death was torture and death.
Yeah.
But Elizabeth's wasn't.
No, Elizabeth's wasn't, because she was of a noble family. So they and the thing was that Jorge Torso, who is her cousin / uncle relative.
Torso?
Torso.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did I miss that name?
Jorge Torso. He Joseph was saying that's a badass name.
It is, yeah. That's a badass name.
He was the one that was told by King Matthias to check it out and have her arrested if it's whatever, and he did have her arrested. Let's see. They confirmed the agreement with Torso about the imprisonment of Bathory. Torso went to the castle, arrested her along with 4 of her servants, which I just said.
So now the servants were this. Do they say were the servants like complicit, or did they just do it because they're fucking servants?
They were complicit.
Okay.
That's part of the overall story, is that the servants were the ones that would bring her girls. They would hold them for her. They would participate.
Are they
in
complicit,
the torture
though?
and stuff.
Because if they're like, fuck you, I ain't doing this, what's going to happen to them?
Right.
And their families.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if that's complicit.
But for 16th century.
16th century complacency.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nowadays, we don't that's like kidnapping somebody and giving them the Stockholm syndrome and shit. Is that the right thing?
Stockholm syndrome.
Well, so I could kind of argue that still totally goes on in society. One, we still torture people and want to put them to death for torturing people and killing people. Like, that's something we still.
Yeah.
Jail is not to make people better. It's fucking torture.
It's torture.
But
this is a throwback
like the
to death penalty.
without getting like off on a tangent, but the Epstein thing, or like anybody that's like supposedly been doing, and I don't know why I said supposedly like that. I didn't know Epstein. I didn't hang out with him. I don't know a lot about it. I know the allegations and all, but when someone does something like that, that's rich and powerful, you find out there's all these people that knew and just kind of didn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
He's fucking rich and powerful, and they don't want to be, some people I'm sure just don't want to get caught up in it. And they're like, whatever, she's fucking murdering people and rubbing their blood on her face. I don't care. It's not my kid.
Yeah.
There's all kind of different
I'm sure.
reasons for it. But that still totally goes on today. I mean, nobody's like bathing in the blood like she did with how many hundreds of people?
Yeah, like they said 650, or one person said 650. She was convicted of 80.
Right. But other egregious things happen, and people are totally complicit because they don't want to go against power and money because it'll negatively affect their life.
Yeah.
I'm not saying if it's evil or wrong or whatever. I'm just saying I think that still goes on today.
Is that like just human nature?
Probably.
I think, but that's, I just want to state that's my opinion, and it is the universal truth, but you're not at that level yet, so you're probably not going to understand it.
Because you're dumb.
Because you dumb. But when you quit being a dumbass, I will be here to open you up to all kinds of knowledge and power. Sorry, that was sarcasm. I'm done.
This is what it says. This is what I got off of a YouTube video. Although it is commonly believed that Bathory was caught in the act of torture, she was sitting on a stool eating flesh from a young girl lying prostrate. That's what I got off of the YouTube video. It was Christmas time.
The girl that she was eating flesh from was laying
prostrate. Yeah, Elizabeth was sitting on a stool.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. It was Christmas time. Young girl was found guilty of stealing a piece of fruit. Don't steal fruit, or you will be eaten. Elizabeth beat her with a stick late into the night until she was exhausted and soaked with blood. Then she had one of her other serving girls stab the girl to death.
Wow.
Torso found that girl's body still warm. Stumbled over two other dead girls' bodies, only to find in the bottom of the tower numerous decaying bodies of young girls. Initially, Torso made the declaration to Bathory's guests and villagers that he had caught her red-handed. So
Literally.
Like literally, yeah. She was arrested and detained prior to the discovery or presentation of the victim. So I'm not sure exactly what that says.
That they planted the evidence. They murdered a bunch of girls
that's-
and threw
that's
them
what
around the living space.
Right, that's what I get from it, but
Yeah.
it's almost like contradicting stuff. Seems likely that the claim of Torso's discovering Bathory covered in blood has been the embellishment of fictionalized accounts. So, sounds good. Let's put that in a book and a movie. Mm-hmm. But did it really happen? Who knows?
Let's not let the truth get in the way of a good story.
Yeah.
Nice quote. Mm-hmm. Who said that?
I got it from some Irish guy.
Some Irish guy.
Some Irish guy who was talking about a cryptid he saw.
He's got some good quotes, some Irish guy.
Great. Is it an Irish guy or was it on YouTube?
He was on YouTube.
What was his name? Was it like Stargazer the Powerful or something?
I didn't notice. I was just going to assume it was some like Irish sounding name. Like Tristan O'Reilly or whatever.
Doyle.
Potato McFlannery whiskey sauce.
Wow. There goes our Irish listeners. All one of them.
He wasn't listening.
Wasn't even Irish.
Torso debated further proceedings with Bathory's son, Paul, and
Paul!
two of her sons-in-law. Some claim that she had sex with the devil himself, because that was in the late 1500s and the 1600s. I think that was a common claim, wasn't it? Didn't the witches of Salem have sex with the devil himself?
Hey, they could have.
They sure bragged about it a lot back then.
Well, they were accused of it.
They didn't have Instagram. Now that's all over Instagram.
What?
Having sex
Having
with the
sex
devil?
with the devil? Is on Instagram?
Or the claims of it.
Yeah. There's like goth girls all over Instagram.
Okay.
Eddie Vedder claims in a song on Vitology that he never sucked Satan's dick. You know, you'd see it right around the lips.
That is such a thing someone would say if they sucked Satan's dick.
I never sucked Satan's dick. You know you see it, yeah, right around the lip. Hey, Eddie, we going to the mall? Mm-hmm.
The reason she's said to have bathed in blood is because
My
once
Eddie Vedder.
on a servant girl, she noticed some hairs out of place. She hit her with a brush so hard that blood flew out of the girl's nose and hit Elizabeth on the face. It said that when she wiped it away, she could see a glow that she believed it to make her skin maintain its youthfulness.
What? How messed up do you gotta be that you, one, get like so angry or enraged at hairs being out of place that you do that, but then right afterwards you're like, I'm so beautiful. This blood really brings my cheeks to life.
Yeah, you're a fucked up person, right?
That's crazy.
It's just a weird,
Yeah.
I was thinking about the bathing. We talked about the bathing in blood thing before.
Right. Yeah.
About, how blood coagulates and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about it. I think I figured out how to pull it off.
Okay.
Since they probably didn't have aspirin, you probably could have used alcohol to thin the blood. That might work. But if you just lay in the tub, suspend someone over the tub, and then drain their blood out of their body so it falls down onto you while you're in the tub.
It's like a shower.
It's like a shower, but we call showers bathing. I'm bathing myself.
Bathing in blood.
And that's what I had assumed, because at the very beginning of my research, they were debunking that a bathtub would take this much water. And they said that, the blood coagulates and stuff. And my very first thought was like, well, then obviously she was just cutting them open and letting the blood like pour on her.
Yeah. Debunked.
Like Mythbusters.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Let's see. A trial and execution would have caused... this brings in her nobility. A trial and execution would have caused public scandal. And
I'm sorry. She's fucking murdering. She's fucking murdering
Yeah.
people. Like 600 people, 80 definitely.
yeah, but aren't they all?
It's going to cause a scandal.
Wasn't everybody?
Yeah, so what's the big deal? Why are they saying it's a scandal? It's absurd.
Because of the trial. The trial would have been the cause for a scandal. Not the murdering and stuff.
yeah,
The
okay.
trial and the execution.
Yeah, you're right.
The
Okay.
execution, killing royalty.
Openly admitting something that we all know you're doing would
Yeah.
be the scandal.
Right. Thank you.
Okay.
You get it now.
I got it now. I'm back. I'm on. We're all on the same page here.
Yeah.
That is nuts, though. And they, she pretty much was, after this, she was imprisoned, like, kind of in one of her own properties, right?
Right. Yep.
So she's done this, like, egregious stuff.
In her
and they're
home.
Like, you can just hang out in your home.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know. It's,
Which is what she was doing anyway.
yeah.
Yeah. She wasn't. I mean, she did travel, but not after the imprisonment to her own castle. Now, there's rumors about how she was imprisoned too. Whether she had free reign of her castle, she just couldn't go anywhere, or some accounts say that they that Torzo had a room blocked up for her, and there was only a space for food to go through, like no
Glory
windows
hole.
or anything. I would not stick my dick in there with her.
Bitch done turned a glory hole into a gory hole.
Oh,
That was an
God.
awful joke.
Nah, that was a good joke.
My dick!
Fuck.
You hungry? I got something you can eat.
Like, oh my God, you ate it!
That's not what I meant.
Oh, man, that's disgusting.
What, are you now bathing in my penis blood? Come on!
It's like a lipstick.
No. Oh, God. Oh.
Yeah, so the way that she was caught, I can't remember if this was on the last episode or not. The way that she was caught was because, she was killing menial girls. Menial, that's the
Wow, Morgan. Wow.
no real person involved.
Yeah. No real person involved.
Your privilege is showing.
Yeah, the people, the commoners. She
On
was
the
killing
low
commoner
end of the
girls.
totem pole.
Yeah. And then
job.
she started taking in the girls of nobility. So even though lower class nobility, they were still from noble families, and the families are like, hey, there's nothing crazy going on at your castle. Let me send my 10-year-old daughter over there to learn etiquette from you, because you obviously have etiquette. So I don't know where they got that from. Who was going? Maybe she was advertising Elizabeth's School of Etiquette.
It was probably a normal thing to send if you were like already of an upper level, to send your kids to someone else who may be of the same or higher level so that your kids can learn.
Yeah.
Because if you got like daughters, you want your daughters to marry up.
Right.
You don't want your daughter marrying like a guy who shovels horse shit all day. You want your daughter marrying a dude who's got lots of money and like maybe wears like a nice uniform and doesn't actually get his hands bloody.
That's right.
That's what if I had a daughter, I would want my daughter to marry up.
Yeah, you always want them to do better than what they have, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you send them over to Elizabeth's house where all the poshy people are hanging out, having their raves and whatnot.
So,
I got nothing. I got nothing.
most of the witnesses testified that they had heard the accusations from others, but didn't see it themselves. So none of the witnesses said that they saw it.
Yeah, Eric.
That doesn't pass my burden of proof.
Yeah, Eric didn't see it, so it didn't happen.
The servants confessed. This is great. The servants confessed under torture, which is not credible in contemporary proceedings. They were the king's witnesses, but they were executed quickly. Wow.
We totally torture people for information today.
Yeah.
Like right now, it's probably happening.
Yeah, but I don't think, and this isn't to defend torture. It kind of might be, but I don't think that I don't think we torture people. And when I say we, I'm talking about in this world.
Not this room.
We don't. Yeah, but people aren't tortured to say, yes, I did it. Stop torturing me. I did it. People are tortured for information. So if there's information coming from torture, then it was a successful torture. If, you're into torturing people for information. You guys they're shaking their heads at me. They don't know
unfortunately,
that.
people will just, if they don't have information, but you think they do,
They'll say anything.
just start giving you information for you to stop. There's actually a whole science behind false confessions. And now it's time for Science Guy. And people, because people think, why would someone confess to something they didn't do? But if the cops make you think that they have every right to keep you there for 48 hours straight, you will start owning up to stuff just so you can get out of that fucking room. This has been a minute with Science Guy, reminding you to educate yourself You fool.
West Memphis 3.
Which seems insane to think of in the
Making
long
a
term.
murderer. Remember that? And they
Yeah.
had that little, his nephew or whatever.
Yeah, just to get out of the room. I
Yeah.
got to get out of here. Sure, whatever. I'll
Yeah,
sign
but
it.
they were feeding him what
Yeah.
they wanted him to
Yeah.
say.
People subconsciously can do that, though, without having, like, ill intent.
Like the cops could do that subconsciously just to... Is that what you mean?
Or, I don't know. So, yeah.
Okay.
We all do that. We ask leading questions all the time and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Joseph, you working this afternoon? I don't care if he's working. I want his truck to move something. So I'm tailoring the question to get back the information that I want.
Are you in your truck working today, Joseph?
Yeah.
So where you at with your truck today?
How's your truck health? I just care.
So how much can that truck actually hold?
Let's find out.
My motorcycle broke down. Oh, can that carry a couch? Yeah, I don't care then.
Y'all just leave me on the side of the road.
Oh, that's not true. I
That's
came
not
and helped
true.
you.
You came at night on the side of the interstate.
That's right. That was for your truck when it was broke down. And I even came back and picked the trailer up.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking the motorcycle for gasoline.
It was in the middle of... Oh, damn. I did bring you gas for your
Gasoline.
motorcycle.
Dead battery on the motorcycle. And then the license plate got sucked up under the rear tire one day.
Man,
Joseph keeps track of this shit. That's nice to know.
that is... You owe me. You owe me.
You do the same for me.
What? I have. No, you do the same for me. Oh, God. Okay, back to Elizabeth. Let's see. There's no document to prove that anyone in the area complained about the countess.
Here we go.
There's no documenting it.
Here comes the truth.
In this time period, if someone was harmed or someone even stole a chicken, a letter of complaint was written. 2 trials were held in the wake of her arrest. The first one held on the 2nd of January, which was only days after she was arrested. And the second one was on the 7th of January. So, I mean, they had 2 trials within a week, you know?
Wait a second. You said they document this stuff like when something happens.
Mm-hmm.
And all these girls supposedly went missing. Nobody was like, "Where's my daughter?"
No, they were. They were totally like, hey...
Oh, so the daughters were disappearing somewhere.
Yeah. They were like, yo, Your Highness, the greatness of Mrs. Bathory that you are, we humbly sent our daughter to you, and we're just, maybe she could come home for Easter this year. and Elizabeth's like, daughter, you had a daughter? Okay. Cholera? Yeah, it must have been cholera. She died of cholera. And they're like, oh my God, our daughter's dead. Can we get her body back? And Elizabeth's like, no, we buried her immediately. Can't have her body.
So where did those, if they're, and the only reason I'm asking this is because I'm confused, and you just brought up that there were no police reports or records kept. So where were those accounts kept? Like
they were
how
just
did people
from witness
find out?
statements.
Oh, witness statements.
So it's in the court documents.
Okay.
From the witness statements.
Saying that,
Yeah.
people been disappearing.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of people dying of cholera.
Right. So I had some stuff in here about her will and all that.
Do I get anything?
Nope, nothing left to Joseph Antonio. Sorry, man.
Everything I did for her.
I don't know why I put in stuff about her will, but I guess just because it was
because
in the
you were
information.
fascinated.
One of the things they talked about was how they had the local, what is it, mortician? Is that what we call it? The guy that
Preps
builds
the dead?
No. He builds the coffins and stuff. I guess he was just a carpenter. He built coffins though.
Oh yeah, I think that was Mortician. Yeah.
Oh, okay, it was a mortician. Yeah. But she would ask for coffins of a certain size, and he'd be like, what are you burying, like 3 bodies at once? And she'd go, it's 2.
Wow.
Can I see them? And she'd say, no, they had cholera. You can't, no access to the bodies.
Oh, you think she was taking like one dead body, throwing it in there, and then throwing a live person in there, and nailing it
Oh my
shut?
God. Oh, wow. Could be.
It's dark.
Is that dark?
Okay.
Here's a little snack for you to eat. Maybe I dig you up in a week. Maybe I won't. Bye.
Deuces.
So now we're to the conspiracy part of this, right? That's right.
Conspiracy.
Lay it on us
Joseph just got a boner.
No, I didn't.
visibly.
Not yet. So the conspiracy is that one part of it is that maybe she didn't commit any of these murders. She was a woman in power who had a lot of land in Hungary. And I don't have the maps here, but I was looking at that shit and how much land just the bathory family had that she now had because of her parents dying. And then
Right.
all the land that Neddesy had, which was her husband, that he gave to her as a wedding gift, but also he died, so it was all hers. So she had like 3/4 of Hungary.
Right.
And King Matthias is the king of Hungary.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to put
Right?
a stop to that shit.
Yeah. And she's a woman? Fuck that.
I think it probably had more to do with one person holding that much land than the genitalia. I think even if it was a dude, he would have been like, we got to stop this.
Yeah, you're probably right.
In
See-
fact, he should have stopped that shit before it got that far.
See, I would say we have no idea what the socio-political fucking shit going on at that time in that country was, and your fucking life experience is coloring that shit, bro. Maybe, maybe women were very popular in that society. I doubt it, but
I'm the one that made the woman statement.
Yeah, he made that statement.
Eric's eyeballing Joseph over this shit just because it's common for Joseph to have made that kind of statement.
I didn't say that. I mean, obviously it was a different setup there because she had all that shit.
yeah, we that's the issues. We don't fucking know.
We don't know.
But in a position where you're trying to like control stuff,
Right.
and you have a bunch of people under you, you don't want that power getting consolidated to any one of those people. You want to keep all your like captains or whatever, have them all the shit all divided up. You don't want one of them taking charge because then they become a more powerful unit than the others around them.
Right.
Which makes
Yeah.
them a threat to your position.
Yeah,
Or
that,
in this case, the
that,
king.
That could be a thing that happened, but yeah.
But
So,
that's a
just
thing
'cause
that
it makes-
transcends time.
But just because it makes sense doesn't mean that that's what happened in that situation.
Right. Well, that's the conspiracy of it, though. Is
Right,
that he sent Torzo there, and
If you had not put the word conspiracy in those sentences, he would have been on board.
it is a conspiracy theory, though.
Just it could. I could see that it was totally a political thing, but I also I don't know. Maybe they did trip over dead bodies, and politics had very little to do with it, or maybe both. Maybe they wanted their land back, and a big favor fell in their lap, and they're like, "Oh
Yeah.
shit, she's bathing in blood."
I like
Well,
that.
right. That's more of the thinking that I think I have about it is that she is doing this because everybody's fucking doing this of royalty. All these
Yeah.
royal fucking incest bred motherfuckers are chopping people up and killing people at will. You know?
Yeah.
But they seized that opportunity to get the land, and they were like, "Well, she's doing it. Just go down there and fucking find a body."
Yeah,
If there's not a body, make one.
Apparently, he didn't have to, according to accounts. But
He probably made
Yeah.
one anyway.
Yeah.
He probably brought one with him. Motherfucker.
throw it down and be like, "What's this?"
Fucking Torzo. Is that his guy's name?
Yeah.
Fucking Torzo. You can't trust that guy.
they should.
Doesn't he owe you money?
They,
Son of a bitch.
did they create bodies like the feds and Oh, what was that? DB Cooper? Like they just had a bunch of lead
a
radio
sled.
flyers laying around. Look, it's a dead baby.
It's a log, sir.
That's not a baby. That's a log. Stop
I said
feeding
it's a
it.
baby.
Nurse it.
There's your baby, you whore. Dude, that had to be my favorite line.
That shit was great. That's I mean, we can go back and forth on the conspiracies, but that's the rest of what I have, and then there's some shit about the folklore to it, but we've talked about all that repeatedly because I haven't been constantly reading from my notes. I've just been going off memory, and that's a lot of it. I mean, I don't know whether she did it, whether she didn't do it. According to the court documents, she did it, and Guinness Book agrees with the court documents and says, all right, at least 80, maybe more.
That's
arguably
the odd thing
more.
about history. You can just rewrite it whenever you want.
Yeah.
So one of the things I think that does make it have more credibility in my eyes is the Guinness thing.
Right.
Now, I don't really know a lot about Guinness World Records and what their,
They don't usually just take the word for it.
is. Right.
Yeah.
But it seems like Guinness has been around for so long that it's got to be a somewhat credible institution, because I've never, have you guys ever heard that Guinness is fucking bullshit?
No.
Yeah.
No, I've never heard that.
So I would be curious to see what their reasoning was. But that does make me tend to think that there's something to it. Because why would they give her credit for being the most prolific female murderer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe is the exact title they gave.
Yeah.
Great
I
job.
agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, these are legit people. This isn't some
I know that.
middle-aged guy watching YouTube, bored with life, maybe divorced. These are respectable people.
He's divorced.
Got one
Likes
kid living with
motorcycles.
him. Doing a podcast. So
Wears a lot of black.
I was going to say my kids watch YouTube videos of people setting Guinness Book World Records and stuff, right? And somebody from Guinness is always there to put their eyeballs on the record being set.
Wow,
right?
so they traveled in time.
Damn.
I knew time travel was real. Fucking Nazis.
Time traveling Nazis.
Oh God. That's right. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I had never heard the name sound familiar, but I was not familiar with the story of Elizabeth Bathory. So that was nice for me.
Good. Cool, man.
I like
I taught
crime
Eric
stuff.
I taught Eric something for a change.
I liked it.
Good.
I did.
Yeah, I knew you
Good
would.
job.
I knew you'd like it. Thanks, Wonder Woman.
Fucking what's that show called? It's not Unsolved Mysteries. It's something like that where they go through crimes. It was like in the 80s. And it's a real like dull program, and they list
Really?
like these crimes that it's a popular show. I can't think of the name of it, but that shit puts me to sleep, dude. I don't know why, but watching like murder shows or war movies where
Yeah.
people are like getting blown up and shit, and he's like waking up, and I'm like, oh, so relaxing. Oh my god, my fucking leg! And I'm like falling asleep. Literally.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
Yowza.
So I like this. It comforted me.
Cool, man. Put you to sleep. Okay.
What time are we at, guys?
Oh, 60 minutes.
Really? It's been an hour? Man, we've gotten used to doing longer ones, I think, or I have, because it
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
feels
that's
like it's been 15 minutes.
I think it's cool if we can get it at an hour.
Yeah. If we can get it in an hour. Yeah.
Sometimes it's longer.
I like it.
Might be shorter one day.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a 30-minute episode, a mini-sode.
I could do an episode and y'all could just ignore me the whole time. I'll just read through it and then we'll be done.
We'll have a
Yeah, we
quiet
don't
side
ever-
conversation going on between us.
We never ignore Joseph, though.
Ever. We're intently listening to everything.
Always.
I was just talking about Morgan's ability to not listen when people are talking today to my son.
Wow.
I was like, he's got this ability, ability to like you'll be talking to him and he's just not listening.
Wow.
I was trying to pitch
I'm
it
sorry,
like
what?
I think he's doing it now.
I was trying to pitch it like it's a skill.
Yeah.
Like a multitasking skill,
Yeah.
being able to tune things out, you know?
Yeah.
He just tunes me out so that he can focus on what he needs to be doing. I can't do that. Somebody's talking and I'm just trying to do something else. I can't.
You can't do
TV's on.
both.
I can't hold an intelligent conversation with the television gone.
I used to like different layers of sound going on, but now I can't. It
can't.
messes with me. I can't have multiple, like a TV, a this, that. It just messes with me.
I agree. I tell my kids that shit all the time. Like, I gotta cut something off. There's too much different noise going on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Cash's room's like. I go in there, it's like the phone and the tablet and the Xbox and like if he has a laptop or whatever, that's going. I mean, it's like all these things, like doing all these
Right.
different things.
Yeah.
He's having like multiple conversations with people online and stuff.
Yeah.
He's like a one man band of electronics in there. He
Yeah.
is, but he's not. He's laying in his bed. It's like all.
Yeah.
He's got a whole layer of just electronics around him.
Yeah, I don't know how he does it. I think that his counselor was saying that it's like a ADHD thing that allows him to actually focus better when there's more going on.
I think
Like he supposedly is allowed to listen to music in his headset while he's in class because it helps if he keeps one in and one out so he can hear the teacher. Supposedly it helps him. That would not help me.
it used to help me in art class to draw. Not art class. God, of course it. Yeah, it really helped in art class when I would actually
Far
draw.
out.
when I wasn't doing the artwork, I failed. No, and math class, I would listen by doodling, and that helped me.
Oh yeah, wasn't that was it GW that used to do that? George Bush. He used to doodle so that he could pay attention to what he was supposed to be paying attention
Yeah,
to.
I think you're
idea.
right. That's what I do. You guys look at my notepad. I mean, it's full of fucking
Wow, that is
little
a lot of
bullshit
dicks.
ass, veiny, a lot of
yeah.
veiny ass fucking.
Very specific shapes too.
You put names by him. That's weird.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess that bald, scarred one is Joseph. Oh man, you have a lot of stories about
Fucking up your
grooming.
nuts.
Yeah. So it's a Friday afternoon. And I'm whacking away at my nuts with his clippers.
It's like you got to keep up with it, man. Once you shave it down, you got to keep up with it.
God, I hope he never buys like the special nut shaving fucking straight razor or something to cut them motherfuckers right off
Oh,
with specific instructions.
that will be ignored.
Cut those bad boys wide open.
That's like
Oh yeah.
It's like the first thing you do. I've seen your dad grow visibly frustrated. I did it too. Because you go to install a fan and you don't read the 30 pages of bullshit that comes in a ceiling fan.
Right.
You just fucking install
Throw it out of the way.
And I saw, like, there was this look of like, this is my fucking son. There was so much disappointment because you just like threw the directions to the side.
Somebody did put in a lot of work to write those directions and draw them
Right.
up and make them very specific. So maybe it is disrespectful to not look at them. But
Is it?
I've seen them before.
He's a very thorough guy.
The old
do you
man's very
think
thorough.
He reads all of the terms and agreements.
Yes.
Wow.
Contracts too.
People do that. I know of people that do that.
I used to do that when I first started out, moved out of the house, because that's what he taught me to do. I would do that. And then I was like, Jesus, this is, if I don't agree to it and I don't want to do it, that means I don't get a place to live or I don't get to do this or that thing. So it's not really like
back
you get
then,
a choice.
I mean, when they were only like etching the shit on stone back then. you didn't have to.
There weren't as many monopolies back then, yeah. Like with cable television, or internet service.
To have any fucking service, you have to agree to shit you don't want to agree to.
Yeah, you don't want to read that shit. Because if you read it, you're going to be like, why would I agree to that?
Yeah.
So you don't read it. Sounds like a George Orwell thing.
Wow, we really wanted. I like my leadership skills with like heading up the podcast. I'll just let the wheels fall off this thing.
Well, we had a good joke a while back. You could end it there.
Cool. Editing. We got any like shout outs or any
fan of the week or anything?
Plugging.
I want a fan of the week.
Fan of the week. I'm not gonna say mine. It would be sarcastic.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not on the social media right now, so I'm not sure.
You son of a bitch. Our numbers suffer when
Do
you're
they?
not telling people. It's funny because you like emotionally abuse people to listen to our show.
Yeah.
And they did it. Like you can see our numbers went up. You're like, listen here, you sons of bitches. You say you're my friend. Listen to my show. And they're like, okay, Morgan.
Don't get mad at me.
Yeah. I do that, and they're like, who is this sad little boy man?
They know I love them.
So, yeah, if you're listening to the show, you probably know where to find us, unless you just woke up from a coma listening to it, and then you're welcome. But if you got friends and you like it and you want to tell them what we're on, we're pretty much on all of it. Apple, Spotify. Joseph scratching his nipples for some reason. Distracted me. Stitcher. I mean, it goes on and on. Alexa, you name it. Google Japtalion in this guy.
That's right.
And you'll find us.
Guys, y'all need to email us. We want to know what you think. We not email Eric for what he's laughing at. We want to know what you think. We want to know what's in your head more than what's in your pants. Do you guys have a topic that you want us to cover, or do you want us to elaborate on a topic like Elisa Lam, or do you guys just, want to tell us to fuck off? I don't know. We don't know because you don't email us. Japtalion13@gmail.com. JAPTALIAN.
There you go.
13@gmail.com. I was going to do the old In Living Color thing whenever Damon Wayans would try to spell conspiracy. He'd be like, man, it's a conspiracy. C-O-N conspiracy. I was going to go J-A-P Italian. It was japtalion13@gmail.com.
So I made a joke in one of our early episodes about send us a dick pic. And it really got stuck in my head. Man, what if somebody really sends us a dick pic? And at first I thought, I don't want a dick pic. But then I thought, if someone goes out of their way to take a good dick pic, not just run in the mill, like really class it up,
What, like put a little hat on it?
Don't just send the first pic you take. Take a few.
Put Claritin on that shit.
Pick the good one. Claritin.
But if, like I started thinking of it, I'm like, that's almost a compliment that someone took the time. We asked for something ridiculous and they did it. So if I get a dick pic, I will be a happy man.
That's right. So if you're out there and you got a dick pic sent to you, it was a compliment.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
This is Eric's dick pic campaign.
Yeah. If we said something, it was a joke.
It was a fucking joke, people. Damn.
We make jokes. It's not made in mean-spiritedness unless it's about Joseph, and that's fair. Okay. God, can we wrap this up?
right.
I could tell time by the dampness of my sweat rag.
Wow. Yeah, wrap it up.
I always forget the saying,
Have a good evening.
Have a good night.
or whatever time of day it is. Oh, you fucked it up.